What's going on, guys? This is Adam Martin. I decided that I want to start kind of documenting some of my Jeep adventures and working on them and all that kind of stuff. Been watching a lot of other people, kind of got inspired. I like Brandon Cook. I think it's Brandon Shenanigans on YouTube. He does some cool stuff and just kind of documents random things he does with his Jeeps and to them, and I do a lot of that stuff too, so I figured I might as well document it. This will just be kind of an intro video. I'll explain kind of where I'm at and what I have going on. I live in Salem, Virginia. I'm married. We live here in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, so there's a lot to do, a lot of off-roading and stuff like that. We got a lot of friends that wheel too. I recently kind of took a step back. I had a 4Runner that was on 37s, lock front rear doubler, all that stuff, and it was just gotten to where I couldn't really drive it anywhere anymore. It was uncomfortable to ride in. I like driving my stuff. I don't have a tow rig or anything like that, so I had bought a daily Cherokee and ended up building it. I'll show you that in this video, but I'm not going to go into depth on that one. I'll do another video on that, kind of break that one down. But then I also have another Cherokee that I daily now, and it's going to be more of a, closer to a daily, which I say a lot, and all my friends make fun of me because I have to mess with everything. But it's going to stay more stock and be kind of like an adventure type rig that's more reliable for road trips and stuff like that. It's not very reliable right now because it doesn't run, but I'll probably, in this video, I'll give you a good in-depth on this one because it's pretty simple so far. But yeah, I just want to kind of start documenting some stuff and some of our adventures. I've got a lot of stuff planned in this upcoming year. I want to do a lot of camping and wheeling and go check out some new places. So I'd like to share that with the internet, and this is a great way to document this stuff for the future. So yeah. All right, so here is the other Jeep. This is the '01 Classic that I have. This is my current daily. I bought this Jeep about 2 months ago. It had 150,000 miles on it then. It was an old man owned it. It was a really good deal. It's cheap because it's two-wheel drive. Nobody wants those really around here in Virginia. So I've had it for 2 months. Done a couple things to it here and there, nothing major. But about 3 weeks ago, I was driving it and pulled into a gas station. And when I went to leave, I put it in reverse, and the transmission that you can see laying there in the floor decided it wanted to explode. So this is something I didn't know, and maybe this will help some people down the road. But these two-wheel drive AW4s, they just have this, regular slip tail housing on them, and there's a bushing in here that the drive shaft rides in. Well, that bushing gets worn out, and this one's worn out, and what that does is it allows the output shaft and the trans to move around, and it'll eat the planetary. It's about right here in this section of the trans. It eats that planetary section. So this one, when I popped the pan, it had a bunch of rollers and gears, or teeth off of gears in it. So that's where this whole, why it's in the garage, it's getting four-wheel drive swapped. So I've got the AW4 in it, and I've got the 231 in it. I'm about halfway done with that swap. I had my wisdom teeth taken out yesterday, so I haven't been making very much progress on this project, but hoping today to have it done, maybe driving this afternoon, because I really don't have a lot left. All right, so I'll show you what I got going on down here. There's the junkyard AW4 in there. Picked it up pretty cheap. It was kind of gross looking, but inside's clean, so hoping that it'll just take off and go. It's all wired up. I still need to bolt the torque converter up and finish all that stuff up, but got the 231 behind it. Also got it to junkyard for, I thought it was a good deal. And then I had a drive shaft that I took out of my other one, the four-wheel drive. But all bolted in just as it should into these two-wheel drives. It's all there. The only problem I ran into was that the speed sensor wires weren't long enough for some reason. The harness was like 4 inches too short. So what I ended up doing was just splicing it and making it work. But other than that, I haven't hit any snags yet, and like I said, I still have to finish it, but hopefully get that done today. Alright, so now we're going to take a walk outside the garage. It's pretty cold here today. It's supposed to actually snow this weekend, which I'm hoping for, depending on who you talk to, how much. But out here, I've got my motorcycle. It's a 14 FZ09 that I'm actually currently trying to sell because I never ride the thing. And then I've also got this thing sitting around. I think it's a 12 Articat 1000. It actually belongs to my uncle. But we go and ride in West Virginia a lot. It's only like 2 hours away. But last time I took it out, I ended up blowing the wheel bearing out of it in the front, which is funny because I had just put rear wheel bearings in it. But that thing's really, I don't know, I'm not that interested in those. But here is my other Jeep. Probably down one video from this one, there's a video of this Jeep from our recent trail ride last weekend. But this is my 99 Sport. I've had this Jeep about a year. It was bone stock when I got it. I'm not going to go into depth in this video on what it is. You can kind of look at it and tell. But just basics, it's XJ44 in the rear, high pinion 30 up front. It's got a grizzly locker in the rear, chrome moly axles, disc brakes. The front has a Powertrax no slip. It still has stock axle shafts in the front for right now. 35s. The drivetrain's pretty much stock, just slip yoke eliminator, AW4, engine stock, truss front. It's got Stinky Fab steering, and then over the knuckle track bar you can see, and then TNT long arm. But that's just kind of the basics of the whole, the Jeep. Definitely one of my favorite rigs I've ever had because it's so drivable and it's been very reliable so far. I've got some pretty big plans for this thing. Hopefully this winter. The two-wheel drive Jeep Trans problem I had really kind of put a damper on this thing. I was going to buy a bender and a notcher here soon, but having to shell out the cash for new trans and T-case and stuff, it's hurting me. I don't have to buy a front axle, luckily. A friend of mine has a low pinion that he's going to give me, so that, cuts that part out. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what I've got going on. This stuff, my cluttered garage. I should probably clean that up. I won't do a video on that. That's boring. But hopefully today I can get this thing done, and then I might try to put together a video on this Jeep, what I've done to it so far, and then try to put a video together on the white Jeep and exactly what I've done to it so far. So if you're interested, you can give me a follow, and or I guess you would subscribe. And hopefully I can put out some more videos and kind of start documenting all this stuff that we do. But if so, thank you for watching. Have a good day.